What if I told you that everything you thought you knew about attraction and relationships was wrong? It's a bold statement, but think about it for a second. How often have you been told that attraction is about looks, money, or charm? We've all been fed that narrative, but the truth is far more profound. What if I told you that attraction isn't about any of those things, but about how you make someone feel? And what if I told you that Stoicism, a philosophy that has been practiced for thousands of years, holds the key to unlocking the deep, meaningful connections you've always wanted? Today, we're going to explore how you can use Stoicism to not only gain control over your emotions, but also become more emotionally intelligent, resilient, and confident. But here's the thing. Mastering your emotions is not just about controlling how you react. It's about understanding the psychology of attraction, applying Stoic principles to build inner strength, and creating emotional experiences that bring people closer to you. Now let's be clear. This is not some quick fix or surface-level advice. This is about diving deep into the principles of Stoic philosophy, learning how to master your emotional responses, and creating meaningful relationships that are built on emotional intelligence and mutual respect. It's about becoming the kind of person who doesn't just attract others, but who attracts the right people in the right way. By the end of this video, you'll not only understand the psychology of attraction from a Stoic perspective, but you'll also have the tools to apply this wisdom in your daily life to build lasting, meaningful relationships. Are you ready to unlock the secrets to emotional mastery and real connection? Let's dive in. Topic 1. Understanding the mind of women. The psychology of attraction. Attraction is a complex, multifaceted experience that goes beyond surface-level traits like looks, wealth, or social status. While these factors may initially draw attention, lasting attraction often has much more to do with how a person makes another feel. For women, attraction is rooted deeply in emotional connection, not just physical appearance or material possessions. This insight, though often overlooked, is crucial for understanding the psychology of attraction, and it is a concept that Stoic philosophy can help illuminate. Imagine for a moment that you meet someone new. They may be handsome, wealthy, or charming, but these external qualities will only take you so far. Over time, the connection you feel with them will be determined by how they make you feel on a deeper emotional level. Women, like everyone, crave experiences that elicit emotional responses, feelings of security, passion, joy, or even a sense of mystery. These emotional triggers often hold more weight than any superficial characteristics. This is where emotional mastery comes into play. Stoicism teaches us that our emotions are powerful, but they don't need to control us. In fact, one of the key tenets of Stoic philosophy is the ability to control one's emotional responses. By practicing Stoicism, you can develop the ability to remain composed and emotionally balanced, even in situations that typically provoke strong reactions. This emotional stability not only benefits your personal growth, but also makes you more attractive to others, as people are naturally drawn to those who are in control of their emotions. Attraction in its deepest form is based on experience. The way a person makes you feel, how they handle situations, their emotional intelligence, and their ability to stay grounded, creates a lasting bond that goes far beyond mere physical traits. Think about relationships that have withstood the test of time. What often makes them work is the emotional connection and the shared experiences that have been built over time. The psychology of attraction teaches us that women are not just drawn to the external. They seek someone who can engage with them on a deeper, emotional level. Understanding this and using Stoic practices to control your own emotional responses can help shift your approach to relationships in a more meaningful and lasting way. Now let's explore how we can apply Stoic principles to love and relationships. By understanding the deeper psychology of attraction, we can begin to see how the Stoic mindset can enhance the way we approach romantic connections. Topic 2. The Stoic approach to love and relationships. When we think about love and relationships, it's easy to get swept up in the emotional whirlwind, believing that we must be constantly reactive to external events and feelings. However, Stoicism teaches us a different approach, one that emphasizes self-control, resilience, and rationality. These principles can profoundly affect how we approach romantic connections, ultimately leading to healthier, more fulfilling relationships. At the core of Stoic philosophy lies the concept of self-control. Stoics believe that while we cannot control the external world, we can control our internal responses. This means that in any situation, whether in a relationship or in life, we have the power to choose how we react. This ability to manage our emotions and thoughts is what enables us to navigate even the most challenging aspects of love and relationships with grace and composure. When it comes to romantic relationships, emotional self-sufficiency is key. Women are naturally drawn to individuals who are emotionally stable and self-sufficient, someone who doesn't rely on others for validation or happiness. The Stoic practice of emotional detachment, not in the sense of being cold or distant, but in the sense of not allowing external events or other people to dictate your emotional state, creates a sense of security and stability. This kind of inner strength is magnetic, as it signals to others that you are grounded and capable of maintaining emotional balance, no matter the circumstances. Think about a time when you encountered a difficult emotional situation in a relationship. Perhaps there was a misunderstanding or a moment of tension. In many cases, people might react impulsively, letting their emotions take the lead. A Stoic, however, would pause, reflect, and choose their response thoughtfully. They would recognize that their emotional reaction is within their control, and by managing it, they create an environment where love and mutual respect can thrive. Non-attachment, another powerful Stoic principle, plays a crucial role in attraction. Paradoxically, when we let go of the need to control or possess the person we are with, we create an air of mystery and freedom. This detachment doesn't mean withdrawing emotionally or becoming distant. Instead, it means being comfortable with the idea that love, like all things, is impermanent. When we approach love with this mindset, we free ourselves from the burden of expectation, allowing the relationship to grow naturally and authentically. By applying these Stoic principles to your relationships, you transform how you engage with love. You no longer react impulsively, but instead respond with wisdom and emotional intelligence. And as you do, you will find that your relationships become more fulfilling, rooted in mutual respect and genuine connection. Now that we've explored the Stoic approach to relationships, it's time to dive deeper into the role of emotional intelligence in building meaningful connections. Let's explore how understanding and navigating emotions can strengthen our bonds and make us more attractive to those around us. Topic 3. Emotional intelligence, the key to understanding and connecting with women. Emotional intelligence, EI, is often considered one of the most vital skills in fostering successful relationships. It's the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions while also being attuned to the emotions of others. For men seeking to build meaningful connections with women, emotional intelligence is an invaluable tool. The Stoic philosophy, with its emphasis on introspection and emotional control, provides a strong foundation for developing this crucial skill. One of the first steps in enhancing emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize your own emotions. Stoicism encourages self-reflection and mindfulness, allowing you to pause and examine your feelings before acting on them. Instead of reacting impulsively, as many people do when they experience intense emotions, a Stoic takes a moment to reflect. This practice helps to prevent emotionally charged decisions that can harm relationships. Instead, by acknowledging your emotions and responding with intention, you can foster deeper understanding and connection with others. Now think about the last time you felt frustrated in a relationship. How did you respond? Did you react immediately, or did you take a moment to reflect on what was really bothering you? A person who practices emotional intelligence, and by extension Stoicism, would recognize that their frustration is often a signal of unmet expectations or a misunderstanding. Rather than lashing out, they would seek to understand the root cause of their emotions and address the issue calmly, avoiding unnecessary conflict. Equally important is the ability to recognize and respond to the emotions of others. Women, like all people, have emotional needs that often go beyond words. They may not always directly express what they are feeling, but a person with high emotional intelligence can pick up on subtle cues, body language, tone of voice, and even silence to understand what is going on. This level of emotional awareness creates a deeper connection because it demonstrates empathy and attentiveness, qualities that are highly attractive. Incorporating Stoic practices into the development of emotional intelligence can be incredibly effective. For instance, regular mindfulness exercises help you stay present and aware of your emotional state. By observing your reactions rather than being swept away by them, you learn to engage with others in a more emotionally intelligent way. Active listening is another crucial tool. When you truly listen to what someone is saying, without thinking about your response or judging their feelings, you create a space for understanding and empathy to grow. Moreover, being in touch with your own emotions while maintaining emotional control allows you to be more present and engaging in relationships. When you can calmly navigate the emotional complexities of any interaction, you not only foster deeper bonds, but also make yourself more attractive. Women are naturally drawn to those who can remain grounded in the face of emotional turbulence, as it signals confidence, maturity, and emotional strength. By cultivating emotional intelligence, you can build stronger, more meaningful connections. It's not just about understanding your own emotions, but about being able to read the emotions of others, respond with empathy, and navigate complex emotional landscapes with wisdom. This is where the Stoic mindset becomes invaluable, as it teaches us to maintain emotional balance while engaging deeply with those around us. With emotional intelligence in place, we are now ready to tackle one of the most attractive qualities a person can possess: confidence. In the next section, we'll explore how Stoic principles can help you build self-worth and internal confidence, which are key to drawing people to you in any relationship. Topic 4. Building confidence and self-worth. The Stoic way. Confidence is one of the most attractive qualities a person can possess, and yet it often seems elusive. Many people look outside themselves for validation, whether it's from others' opinions, achievements, or material success. But true confidence, the kind that draws people in and creates lasting relationships, comes from within. Stoicism offers us the key to unlocking this inner confidence by focusing on virtue, self-control, and resilience. These principles teach us that confidence isn't about what we have, but who we are. The Stoic concept of virtue is central to building self-worth. Virtue, in Stoic terms, refers to living in accordance with reason, acting with moral integrity, and focusing on what is truly important. For the Stoic, living virtuously means acting with wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. These traits don't just enhance one's character, they also cultivate a deep sense of confidence. When you know you are living in alignment with your values, you become more secure in your decisions and actions, which naturally boosts your self-esteem. Many people mistakenly believe that confidence is something they must fake until they make it. However, Stoicism teaches us that true confidence is rooted in authenticity and self-acceptance. Rather than seeking validation from external sources, you focus on your own actions, and the results of those actions are a reflection of your inner strength and character. This is the confidence that others can sense, the confidence that comes from knowing your worth, not because of what you've done or what you own, but because of who you are on the inside. To build this kind of confidence, Stoic exercises can be incredibly useful. Start each day by practicing Stoic affirmations, such as "I control my actions, not the opinions of others," or "I am enough as I am." These simple statements remind you that your value is not determined by external factors. They reinforce the idea that your sense of self-worth comes from living in accordance with your principles, not from seeking approval or validation from others. Additionally, Stoic reflection can help improve self-perception. At the end of each day, reflect on your actions and ask yourself, did I act in alignment with my values today? This daily practice of self-examination helps you grow in self-awareness and confidence as you begin to understand where you excel and where you can improve. Over time, these small but consistent actions will build a solid foundation of self-worth that is unwavering, regardless of external circumstances. As you begin to cultivate this internal confidence, you will find that it naturally attracts others. Confidence rooted in virtue and self-awareness is magnetic because it signals strength, security, and emotional maturity. Women, like everyone, are drawn to individuals who are grounded in their own sense of self-worth and who do not rely on external sources for validation. This kind of confidence is both quiet and powerful, and it speaks volumes in every interaction. Now that we've explored how to build internal confidence through Stoic practices, let's move forward and discuss another vital aspect of attraction: emotional detachment. How can learning to detach emotionally from the outcome of a relationship actually increase your appeal? Let's explore this idea further in the next section. Topic 5. The art of emotional detachment. mastering self-control, emotional detachment. May sound counterintuitive when it comes to relationships, especially romantic ones. After all, love is often seen as something that involves deep emotional investment. However, Stoicism teaches us that detachment is not about withdrawing or becoming indifferent, but about mastering self-control and not allowing our emotions to govern our actions. This practice can significantly enhance the dynamics of any relationship, making you more attractive and emotionally available in a healthy way. One of the core principles of Stoicism is recognizing the difference between what we can control and what we cannot. When it comes to relationships, we cannot control the actions, feelings, or reactions of others. What we can control, however, is our own emotional response. By practicing emotional detachment, we free ourselves from the need to control or manipulate the emotions of others. Instead, we focus on managing our own emotions and reactions, creating a space where love can grow without pressure. Imagine being in a situation where you feel yourself becoming overly attached to someone, constantly seeking their approval or fearing their disapproval. This kind of emotional attachment can create tension and insecurity, making the relationship feel unbalanced. By practicing Stoic detachment, you learn to release these fears and anxieties. You stop relying on the other person for your emotional stability and instead find that stability within yourself. This creates a healthier, more sustainable bond, one that is rooted in mutual respect and understanding rather than dependency. Emotional detachment doesn't mean becoming emotionally distant or cold. Instead, it means being able to experience emotions without letting them take control of your behavior. It means not reacting impulsively to every emotion that arises, but taking a step back, reflecting, and choosing how to respond. This level of self-control makes you more emotionally resilient and attractive, as it signals maturity and the ability to handle life's ups and downs with composure. One practical way to practice emotional detachment is to remind yourself regularly that the outcome of any relationship is beyond your control. If someone doesn't reciprocate your feelings, for example, it's easy to spiral into frustration, confusion, or even despair. A Stoic would view this as an opportunity to practice detachment and acceptance. By understanding that you cannot control the feelings of others, you can release the need for validation and instead focus on your own emotional well-being. Another way to apply emotional detachment is by engaging in personal growth and focusing on your own goals, passions, and aspirations. When you prioritize your own development, you naturally reduce the emotional weight you place on others for your happiness. This shift in focus creates an air of independence and confidence, which is incredibly appealing. Women, in particular, are drawn to individuals who have a strong sense of self and who are not reliant on external validation. In relationships, detachment also allows for more space and freedom, which ironically enhances the bond between partners. By not constantly seeking to control or hold on to someone, you give them the freedom to grow and develop as individuals. This balance of space and intimacy is what creates lasting, fulfilling relationships. When both partners can detach emotionally and trust the relationship to evolve naturally, the connection deepens and the relationship becomes more grounded and stable. Now that we've covered the art of emotional detachment, let's explore the next powerful element in building lasting connections: emotional experience. How do shared experiences and authentic emotional connections contribute to a deeper bond? Let's dive into this in the next section. Topic 6. The importance of emotional experience, creating connection. In many relationships, the strongest bonds are not formed by physical attraction alone, but by the shared emotional experiences that create deep, lasting connections. While external factors like appearance or material possessions can spark initial interest, it's the emotional experiences that create lasting intimacy. Stoic practices, with their focus on mindfulness, presence, and emotional balance, can help us foster these meaningful connections by teaching us how to fully engage with our emotions and with others in a way that nurtures deep, lasting relationships. One of the key Stoic principles is mindfulness, the ability to be fully present in the moment. This practice is especially important in relationships, as it helps us to truly engage with our partners rather than being distracted by the past or future. Being mindful allows us to connect on a deeper emotional level, because we're not just physically present, but mentally and emotionally present as well. When you are fully present with someone, You're not only listening to their words, but also understanding the emotions and intentions behind them. Think about a time when you were with someone and you felt truly seen and understood. This experience likely created a sense of closeness and intimacy. On the other hand, when we are distracted or when we fail to truly engage with our partner's emotions, the connection remains shallow and distant. Stoicism teaches us to focus on the present moment, to let go of distractions, and to be truly available for the emotional exchange that happens in every interaction. Creating meaningful emotional experiences is not about grand gestures or dramatic moments. Often the most powerful connections are formed in everyday interactions, a simple conversation, a shared laugh, a moment of vulnerability. These moments create a sense of emotional intimacy that can't be replicated by external factors like money or appearance. In fact, when we focus on creating these emotional experiences, we deepen our connections naturally, without the need for manipulation or performance. Vulnerability is a key element of emotional connection. Stoicism teaches us to control our emotions, but it also emphasizes the importance of being honest with ourselves and others. Being open about your emotions, showing your true self, and allowing yourself to be vulnerable creates an authentic emotional bond. This is especially powerful in relationships, as vulnerability invites trust and understanding. It's a way of saying, "I trust you enough to show you who I truly am." This type of emotional openness invites deeper connections and fosters a sense of emotional safety within the relationship. One of the most profound ways to create lasting emotional connections is through shared experiences. Think about the relationships that have had the greatest impact on your life. They are likely the ones where you and your partner have gone through meaningful experiences together. Challenges, celebrations, growth, and discovery. These shared moments form the foundation of a strong emotional connection, creating a bond that goes beyond superficial attraction. Through Stoic practices, you can learn to be more present, more open, and more engaged in the emotional experiences that shape your relationships. This will not only enhance your connection with others, but also deepen your understanding of yourself. When you invest in emotional experiences, you invest in the quality of your relationships, making them richer, more fulfilling, and more lasting. Now that we've explored the importance of emotional experience in building strong connections, let's delve into another powerful aspect of attraction: mastering the dynamics of masculine and feminine energy. How can balancing these energies help you create more harmonious and attractive relationships? Let's explore this in the next section. Topic 7. Mastering the dynamics of masculine and feminine energy. The concept of masculine and feminine energy is not about gender roles or stereotypes, but rather about the energies that exist within all of us. Every individual embodies both masculine and feminine qualities to varying degrees. Understanding how to balance and harness these energies can be incredibly powerful, particularly in relationships, where these dynamics often play a crucial role in attraction and connection. Stoicism, with its focus on inner strength, self-discipline, and emotional balance, offers an excellent framework for mastering these energies and creating more harmonious relationships. Masculine energy is often associated with strength, assertiveness, and rationality. It's the energy of action, purpose, and direction. Feminine energy, on the other hand, is often linked to nurturing, intuition, and emotional connection. It's the energy of receptivity, flow, and emotional depth. These energies are complementary, and when balanced properly, they can create a dynamic, fulfilling relationship. One of the key Stoic principles that ties into masculine energy is the concept of inner strength. The Stoic approach emphasizes the importance of cultivating resilience, fortitude, and the ability to endure challenges with grace. This inner strength aligns with the masculine energy of assertiveness and self-reliance. A Stoic man is confident, grounded, and able to handle adversity without being thrown off course. This type of strength is highly attractive, as it signals to others that you are capable and dependable, qualities that are deeply rooted in masculine energy. However, the Stoic approach also recognizes the importance of balance. While masculine energy is essential, it's equally important to embrace feminine energy, particularly in romantic relationships. The ability to connect emotionally, to be empathetic, and to offer support and understanding is vital to maintaining healthy and fulfilling relationships. By embracing both your masculine and feminine energies, you can create a well-rounded, harmonious dynamic in your interactions with others. In relationships, this balance can be especially important. A relationship thrives when both partners are able to complement each other's energies. The masculine energy of the man can provide direction and strength, while the feminine energy of the woman can offer emotional depth and nurturing. When both energies are balanced and respected, the relationship becomes a true partnership where both individuals can grow and thrive. Stoicism helps us to embrace our masculine energy in a healthy, constructive way by focusing on virtue, discipline, and emotional control. At the same time, Stoic practices encourage us to remain open to vulnerability and emotional depth, which taps into our feminine energy. By mastering both energies, we create a space where we can be strong yet nurturing, assertive yet compassionate, and rational yet emotionally available. The key to mastering these dynamics lies in understanding that neither energy is superior to the other. Instead, both are essential to creating a balanced, fulfilling relationship. By recognizing the importance of both masculine and feminine energies, you can build stronger connections, not just with your partner, but with yourself as well. Now that we've explored the dynamic between masculine and feminine energy, let's take a moment to reflect on how we can integrate all of these principles: emotional intelligence, Stoic practices, confidence, and energy balance into our lives. How can we take the wisdom of Stoicism and apply it to create more meaningful and lasting relationships? In conclusion, Stoicism teaches us that the key to lasting love and emotional success lies in mastering our emotions, embracing our true selves, and understanding the deeper dynamics of attraction. By applying Stoic principles like emotional control, self-reflection, and inner strength, we gain the ability to navigate relationships with emotional intelligence, resilience, and authenticity. Remember, real confidence isn't about seeking validation from others. It's about knowing who you are, living in alignment with your values, and being at peace with yourself. By integrating Stoic practices into your relationships, you'll create a foundation of mutual respect, emotional balance, and genuine connection. So here's my challenge to you. If you want to improve your relationships, start with yourself. Embrace the wisdom of Stoicism, practice emotional mastery, and build the confidence that comes from living in alignment with your true values. And remember, true connection isn't about what you can get from others, but about what you can give and how deeply you can connect on an emotional level. If this message resonates with you, comment "I choose emotional clarity" below and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more insights on how to live a life of emotional mastery and Stoic wisdom. Now, I challenge you to reflect on this. What would your relationships look like if you applied these Stoic principles today?